Hello, welcome to 15minuteguitar.com. In today's lesson, it's 2 for the price of 1. We're going to be doing 2 Kinks tracks. You Really Got Me and All Day and All of the Night. We'll start off with You Really Got Me. It's probably the easier one of the two. Great lesson for power chords, this one. Okay, so if you're just getting into power chords or you just want to practice your power chords, it's a real great song. You know, 2 great songs for doing this. So You Really Got Me starts off with an F5, so finger 1 on fret 1 of the low E string, finger 3, fret 3 of the A string, and the forefinger on fret 3 of the D string. And then we're going to slide between that and the G, so it's the G5, so up to 2 frets. So it goes. So we do 1 on the F5s, slide up to G5, try and keep the form and the shape of your fingers, but allow them to glide across the string as you slide up, okay? Don't take your fingers off and then just put them back down again, because that will take too much time and it will stop the track sounding so synchronized, okay? So we go 1 on the F5, 2 on the G5, 1 on the F5, back up to the G5. So. Alright, so that's where the vocals come in there. So we do 4 cycles of that. So. And then vocals. Keep that going. Good, and in my head then, because I know the track quite well, to sort of work out how many times I'm doing, I'm just sort of hearing the lyrics. So when it goes, oh yeah, it's when it changes up the key. Exactly the same, really clever, just goes up from G5 to A5, so from fret 3, 5 and 5 to 5, 7 and 7, okay? And then up again. And that's up to C5 and D5, so that's on finger 1 on fret 8, 8, 10 and 10, up to 10, 12 and 12. On the last one, we hit the C5, which is 8, 10 and 10, all right? And then we go back to the cycle again, all right? So let's play the whole thing through. Vocals in now. All down strums. Up we go. Up again. And then 1 strum on C5, and then again. Okay, and that is it. That is You Really Got Me in a nutshell. That's all the chord parts to You Really Got Me. As I said, great practice for your power chords, and it's just good to practice sliding between the shapes, trying to keep the form of the chord, but not you know, because what happens very common is what I see in lessons when I teach students is that they'll start like that, and then as they slide up, their hands will come in like this, and their shape will change. And as you know, if I hit that chord, it's not going to sound great at all. So yeah, so it's just keeping that form, letting your fingers release and slide up, but keeping the form and the shape of your fingers for the next one, okay? As you come up the fretboard, what you'll notice is it gets skinnier at the top of the fretboard. So maybe you might find it easier or harder because you might be sort of used to that stretch there, and as you come up here, that stretch gets a little bit reduced, so it'll feel a bit different at the top end of the guitar. So work on your power chords and try and tidy them up and make sure they're nice and clean, and you're just hitting those 3 low strings, okay? The secret to great power chords is using your first finger and maybe a little finger a little bit to mute the strings down there, okay? So not barring across, not pressing down, because we create a different chord if we do that. We've got an F minor bar chord there, we don't want that. But we just press down very lightly. So if I hit the other strings, they're muted, okay? Without that, if I don't mute it and I lift my hands up, okay, that doesn't sound so good, all right? So try and keep your fingers sort of flat to the board, just light pressure, and don't press down hard, otherwise you'll fret a note, but just light pressure, and you'll get the right, you know, the right technique that we want for the power chords there. So that's song number 1, okay? Song number 2, so All Day and All of the Night, same thing, starts off on the F, slides up to the G5, this is where it changes, so it goes. Okay, so we go F5, G5, so it goes all down strums again, then we hit it again and slide back, and again, then we slide all the way up. We do 3 strums on the B flat 5 power chord, and that is 6, 8, 8. And then back to the G5. Okay, so that's the opening section of All Day and All the Night. I'll play it again. Okay, that's for the whole verse. That's girl, I want to be with you all of the time, all day and all of the night. That goes for the whole of the verses, all right? So that's exactly the same. When it comes up into sort of the chorus, so it goes, and then just do 4 down strums on the B flat 5 for this chorus. Down to F5, fret 1, 3 and 3. 4 on there, and then we're going to go A5, which is 5, 7 and 7, and again, and slide back to G5, and again, up to, this is C5 now, and A5, alright? So I'll play that to you again, so from the B flat 5, so... Alright, then, this is where it gets a little bit tricky because we're going higher up on the fretboard now, so the shape's a bit harder to squeeze in this box up here. So we're up to D5 now, okay, this is the full chorus now, so 10, 12 and 12, and it's going to C5, which is 8, 10 and 10. Now that goes up to F5, which is the same as this F5 down here, but there's a lot more of a squeeze because it's up on 13, 15 and 15, okay, so here we go. Then back to that's the verse. Here's the chorus again. Alright, and that's it. And if you really want to have some real cool fun, I used to do this in a band, and we used to do like a medley of the two, so you can imagine how you can get away with going. Yeah, the two songs fit perfectly together because they stay within the same sort of key center. Okay, so a lot of people think this is in the key of F. It's actually in the key of G, because that first chord, sort of before the bar comes in, so it's like a pickup sort of bar, and it comes in, it slides into the G. Alright, so just watch out on that. There is a little solo in there as well, but it's a very sort of improvised sort of solo. It's in just a G, so you can get away with the G minor pentatonic scale shape. So I'll just quickly show you that if you want to have a go at solo. It's going to be 3 on the low E string, so 3, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, 3, 6, 3, 6, and then back down. Okay, and it's just like... It's very sort of, you know, off the cuff. It sounds a bit like sort of, you know, very improvised, sort of really cool little solo, but it's just over the G minor pentatonic, so I'll let you, you know, come up with your own improvised solo over the top of that. Yeah, hope you enjoyed that lesson, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next week for some more lessons. Cheers for now.